Welcome. Today we delve into a dramatic and unexpected escalation in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Imagine this, a high-ranking Russian general, Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov, assassinated in the heart of Moscow, a city considered the fortress of Russian power. Ukrainian operatives have claimed responsibility for this daring act, which has sent shockwaves through Russia's political and military elite. But what does this bold move mean for the war? How far will Ukraine push its covert operations, and how will Russia retaliate? Is this the start of a dangerous new phase in this already volatile conflict? Stay with us as we explore the details of this unfolding drama and its far-reaching implications.
The assassination of General Kirillov, a calculated strike on December 17th, Moscow was rocked by a brazen attack that killed Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov, head of the Russian Defense Forces, Radiological, Chemical, and Biological Protection, RKHBZ, along with his assistant. The explosion, which occurred outside a residential complex, is believed to be part of a special operation orchestrated by Ukraine's security service, SBU. Kirillov's assassination represents a direct challenge to Moscow's security. Ukrainian intelligence sources claim he was a legitimate target due to his alleged involvement in authorizing chemical weapons attacks against Ukrainian forces. The incident marks the first time a Russian general of this rank has been assassinated in the capital since the war began, exposing vulnerabilities within Russia's heavily guarded power center. The Guardian described the event as a psychological blow to Moscow's leadership. A former Russian defense official remarked, "The assassination of a lieutenant general is unprecedented. It exposes significant gaps in Moscow's security and raises questions about the Kremlin's ability to protect its leaders." Privately, the Kremlin is reportedly scrambling to bolster security for other senior officials, with elite special forces now providing round-the-clock protection for key personnel. Moreover, this assassination symbolizes more than just a tactical victory for Ukraine. It is a calculated psychological maneuver designed to destabilize Russia's military command. The public nature of the attack within Moscow's fortified center sends a clear signal to the Kremlin: nowhere is safe. Ukrainian operatives have demonstrated that even the most protected leaders can be reached, further eroding confidence in the Russian leadership's ability to maintain control. In response, the Kremlin is reportedly scrambling to bolster security for other senior officials, with elite special forces now providing round-the-clock protection for key personnel. Intelligence reports also suggest Moscow is reviewing its internal security protocols, including stricter monitoring of high-profile individuals' movements and communications. The assassination has raised international questions about how Ukraine managed to execute such a sophisticated operation within Russia's borders. Analysts point to a combination of intelligence from Western allies, Ukraine's covert networks, and the exploitation of vulnerabilities in Russia's sprawling security apparatus. The attack has further underscored the evolving nature of modern warfare, where psychological tactics and covert operations play an increasingly central role.
Ukraine's covert operations, a strategic escalation. The assassination of Kirillov is the latest in a series of targeted strikes by Ukraine against Russian military leaders and scientists. These operations aim to weaken Russia's military command structure and disrupt its war capabilities. Recent examples highlight the growing scale of Kyiv's covert strategy. November 2023, Valery Trankovsky, Chief of Staff of the 41st Missile Brigade in Crimea, was assassinated by Ukrainian operatives. October 2023, a senior GRU officer was killed outside his home near Moscow. December 2023, Mikhail Shatsky, a leading scientist in Russia's missile program, was assassinated in a Moscow park. These actions are part of a broader campaign. Ukrainian intelligence has reportedly built a network of operatives and sympathizers within Russia, supported by Western technology and intelligence. This network has also been linked to sabotage operations targeting critical infrastructure, such as fuel depots, railways, and ammunition facilities. A Ukrainian defense official speaking to Kyiv Independent stated, "Anyone contributing to Russia's war machine, whether through military, scientific, or industrial means, is a legitimate target." While these operations demonstrate Kyiv's strategic capabilities, they also risk provoking a severe Russian response, potentially escalating the conflict to dangerous new heights.
Russia's response, retaliation and escalation. The Kremlin views the assassination of General Kirillov as an act of war that demands a decisive response. Sergei Mironov, a senior Russian politician, accused the United States of giving Ukraine the green light for such operations, further stoking tensions between Moscow and Washington. Mironov claimed, "This is not just a Ukrainian act, it's Western complicity. Russia will respond decisively to protect its interests." In response, Moscow has ramped up security across key areas, including increased patrols and surveillance around government buildings. However, insiders suggest the Kremlin is also preparing for covert retaliation, potentially targeting Ukrainian leadership. Experts warn that President Vladimir Zelensky and other key figures could face heightened risks. A European intelligence official told BBC, "This assassination marks a dangerous escalation. Moscow will likely pursue tit-for-tat tactics, increasing the risk of a broader conflict."
Implications for the global stage. Ukraine's strategy of targeting senior Russian leaders signals a shift in the conflict, blurring the lines between conventional warfare and covert operations. For Ukraine, these actions showcase its ability to strike deep into Russian territory, boosting domestic morale and strengthening its standing with Western allies. However, the risk of Russian retaliation looms large, threatening to destabilize Ukraine further. For Russia, the assassination highlights Moscow's security vulnerabilities, undermining public confidence in the Kremlin's leadership. In response, Russia may adopt more aggressive and reckless tactics, both on the battlefield and through covert actions. For the West, NATO and the US face a delicate balancing act. While supporting Ukraine's defense efforts, they must avoid provoking a broader confrontation with a nuclear-armed Russia. These targeted killings also raise ethical and legal questions. Are they legitimate acts of war, or do they cross the line into extrajudicial violence? The international community remains divided, with some viewing Ukraine's actions as necessary self-defense, while others warn of the dangerous precedent they set.
The assassination of General Kirillov has pushed the Russia-Ukraine conflict into uncharted territory. Ukraine's covert operations demonstrated strategic audacity, but also risk provoking a severe response from Moscow. As tensions rise, the stakes for both sides and the world have never been higher. How will Russia retaliate? Can Ukraine sustain its campaign without triggering catastrophic consequences? The answers to these questions will shape the next phase of this war.
What are your thoughts on this bold escalation? Is Ukraine's strategy a calculated risk worth taking, or a dangerous gamble that could backfire? Share your opinions below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates on this evolving story.